Namaskaram friends. So in this video I am going to talk about a very important topic of ancient Indian history called Bhakti movement. Okay, this movement is very important because this movement impacted a large chunk of the population, and this population or this group of people suffer this problem from a very long time. Okay, because from the time of Vedas, Upanishads and other epics, people, you can say, try to understand it, but a group of people try to monopolize it and use it for their own benefit. Okay, and many people who actually want to know it and actually want to experience that dimension to enhance their life or lack in it on the basis of money, on the basis of power, on the basis of knowledge. And people who have money discriminate who have not money, people who have power discriminate who have not power, and people who have knowledge discriminate who have not knowledge. And many large chunk of the population remain untouched by it. So there are very large protests going on all parts of the India. That means people who are in much need to know what it actually bhakti is and how they do it, and he has a seek, he has a desire to attain this, to know this, but a group of people do not try to reveal it to the common people. Okay, so people within common people protest and try to find out the answer of this question. So though they move here and there, they meditate, they do yoga, they learn from here a bit and try to implement in their life. And some group, some reformer who are also from the upper caste understand that people of their group also discriminate other caste of people or other group of people who are actually in a seek of know what is actually bhakti means, what is actually devotion means. So in this manner many reformers came out in many parts of the India, in south, in east and west, in north. For example, Shankaracharya, who tried to connect the whole India through building different pilgrimage sites in north, east, west, south, like Rameswaram in south, Dwarika in west, Puri in east, and Badrinath, or you can say Kedarnath, Badrinath in the north. Okay, and many 12 Jyotirlinga which are spread in all over the India and different states. These people made this to connect all group of people, because earlier let's say a sect of, you can say, Brahmins or a sect of priests tried to take control of everything and try to exploit people on the name of God. And when people understand that, they think that God is this concept is only for a higher class of people, not for the lower class of people, and they do their own work. But some people take responsibility that they are trying to find out the truth. Is God is so scared or so small that it is also available for some people? Is it so, you can say, poor that it has also a less money for the upper caste also? It has less power that it is only give support to the only a small group of population. So they try to find out many questions which come in their mind, but when they try to find out answer, many people do not give, or they try to exploit it. So upper, for example, upper in Karnataka try to tell people that first understand your mechanism. That means you are itself a temple and God is present within you. So there is no need to go here and there in search of God, and tell people that or you can say tell people that God is present only in temples, not in here and there. They tell that God is present in everywhere, in each and every particle. Whoever you worship the God. Okay, so like devotion, dedication, discipline, help, chantings, these are things through which you can attain God, and by your own. There is no mediator required in this. If you want to make a connection, if you want to make a relationship with a God, there is no need of any mediator. Okay, you directly relate to the God, because it is within you, it is present in everywhere, in each and every particle, in each and every life form, be it animate or inanimate or whatever it is. Just a minute. So yeah, sorry, I'm just checking is it working or not, because sometimes it's stop and the whole lecture what I'm taking is going a waste. So In this manner, many reformers like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Vivekananda in West Bengal, in eastern part of India, Shankaracharya in upper in southern part of India, in northern part of India, many reformers, I do not know the name, but many reformers come, because this need is required in every part of the India. And from there, Bhakti movement take a peak, take a pinnacle, and it is like an era. In that era, people through Bhakti try to know the core of the creation, try to know the God. Okay, because before that they know that through knowledge or through other means you can attain the God, but Bhakti is a dimension, Bhakti is a thing which is spread in that time, in it, you can say 14th to 15th centuries approx, and this is spread in all over the India. And people who earlier do not find a way, do not find a path, but there is a seek within him to know who is God and where he lives and what is the reality about it, they understand it completely and apply it in their life in the form of yoga, in terms of meditation, in terms of spirituality, in terms of doing their work, because you are a creator. So whatever you do with honesty, whatever you do with your pure heart, you are itself, it is a devotion towards your God. Okay, whatever you do, it doesn't matter, whatever you do, it is a work for the service of the God. So each and every people understand it and try to imbibe it in their life. Okay, and due to, you can say, conflict in Hinduism, or you can say due to many malpractices in Hinduism, different types of religion like Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism are come out of it. It is like a branches of it, because there is a many malpractices happen in Hinduism. Hinduism is the very best religion. It is the best religion in terms of its complexity, sophistication on each and every dimension. But many people try to take advantage through it. So it is a bad thing. Okay, whatever taught in Hinduism, because many good beings, many great beings devote their time, their knowledge to understand their mechanism and spread this knowledge in the whole world. But a few you can say few group of population, or few groups or few people try to monopolize it and try to take advantage through this. Okay, and this is going on a very long generation. King also try to discriminate people and take advantage of it. Priests also, many upper caste people also. But when common people realize this, they exploiting us, not these teachings not enhance their life, then they start protest against these priests, these leaders and these kings. And so many reformers in the form of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, then Saraswati from the north, and many pilgrimage sites made to understand that each and everyone is capable of knowing anything, and it is his or her right to go wherever they want and worship whoever they want. Okay, this takes some time. This you can say curiosity, or these things take some time, but when people realize it, then this is spread in the whole part of the world. And from India, spirituality, meditation, yoga is spread in the whole part of the world. And not only this people benefited of this geographical region, people from all over the world benefited from this. So I hope this is a small lecture, you enjoy this lecture. Namaskaram. Thank you.